Okay, what this alarm is all about, I will tell you in a couple of seconds after this short intro. That was a hard copy of an warn mail or error mail from my Linux NAS system telling me that one of the hard drives in a RAID 5 array is about to fail. So I have to get a new hard drive and build it into the server. Okay, for changing the hard drive we have to go to the server. I have placed it in a closet with the network connection, and here we got the Linux server in a pretty large housing. Okay, here we got the server opened, and as always there's a lot of dust over the time of usage. And here we got the hard drives installed into the housing, and those three hard drives are the RAID 5. Here we got the backside of the server with the cable management, and here I have to unplug the hard drives for exchange. Okay, I replaced the hard drive in the server, and I did another thing. I also added another hard drive with 2 terabyte of capacity. For the next new RAID 5 array will consist of 4 hard drives, so I will have a little bit more storage space. That's around roughly 6 terabyte. But I also decided to install Openmediavault on this system, mainly because of the very convenient administration via a browser. Here we are on the website of Openmediavault. To download an ISO image for installation, go to the download link, and here on top we find the next link for downloading ISO images, and here we go to the newest version 5.0.5 for downloading, and after the download we will transfer this image to a USB stick. Okay, we downloaded the Openmediavault image, and all we have to do now is to flash this to a USB stick. 2 GB should be enough for this one, and then we can start the installation. Now we are in the boot menu and select the right drive, in this case the USB stick, for booting the installation. Now OK, boot, and recognizing installed hardware. Here we select our language and the keyboard layout. Loading additional components for installation. Speed this up a little bit. Now he is recognizing the network via configuration protocol. Now we have to set our name, and you already recognized the domain. Now we have to set a password for the user root. And of course a second time. Now we got into the partition manager. We select the right install drive, that's the 120 GB Kingston SSD. Now the installation system automatically will add 2 portions, one for the regular file system and one for the swap file system. Now it's generating the file systems, which by default is extended 4 on Linux systems. Now the installation process will start to copy all needed files to the installation drive. We'll speed it up a little bit from here. Now we have to define our Debian mirror server for later updates. We don't have a proxy. Now for the installation is finished and we remove the USB stick, and now the system hopefully will boot from the SSD. Reboot. Okay, now the system is up and running. Okay, as you could see, sorry for the German text, that the installation of Openmediavault is pretty easy. The only thing you have to pay attention to is to choose the right hard drive to install your operating system on. The Debian 9 or 10 and Openmediavault are almost the same because Openmediavault is based on Debian 10, so you could decide whether operating system you would install. After the installation was done, I set up the new RAID 5 array with 4 drives, each 2 terabytes, so we'll end up with the RAID 5 array of roughly 6 terabyte. And then via the browser administration, I combined the array and let the array build up. The build of the RAID 5 array is a pretty long process. It takes around 1.5, 2 and even more hours per hard drive. So the whole process ran around 8 hours before the RAID 5 was ready. After this, I generated a file system on it that's usually extended 4. Set up the Samba server so I could see the new server drive from a Windows 10 PC, and then I took my backup hard drive and restored my backup via network to the new system. Normally I would have taken the backup hard drive, assigned it locally in the server system and copy the backup locally instead of copying over the network. But in this case, the main board I use here only has 4 SATA 2 ports, so copying locally with a SATA 1 port wouldn't have make that much difference. Here you got in the low window copying my files back to the new server from my backup, and in the upper window I'm running the tool top, which informs about memory usage and CPU usage. Now the system is set up and I'm pretty satisfied with it. And after this I installed via Omv Extra the plugins for Openmediavault. I had to do this via the command line or the SSH client. I used PuTTY in this case, and how I did that, that's in the corresponding blog post. And after that I could set up the auto shutdown plugin. That's a plugin if certain clients are not active in the network, the server will shut down automatically. And I set this up for my desktop PC and my laptop, both for the LAN and the wireless LAN network, and it works pretty good. I set a time of around 6 minutes, so I can be sure after I did my backups from the desktop PC and shut down the desktop PC, I can be sure that after 6-7 minutes the server will shut down automatically. I sort of had a little problem configuring Wake on LAN. I set this up in the network section of the administration web, but analyzing all the log files, it didn't work out, so I was not able to wake up the server with a little program on my Windows 10 PC. So I analyzed the script in the networking section, and in one script the name of the network device was handled over false. I guess a variable doesn't fit to this So as a workaround, I set up the name manually in this script, and now it's worked just perfectly. Now I'm able to wake up the server from my Windows 10 PC, and after I did the backups, the server will shut down automatically. And even with the speed, I'm very satisfied. The writing speed is just a little bit slower than on the old system, but still it's 85 to 89 megabytes per second. But the read speed is around 115 megabyte per second, and that is about the maximum you can expect from a gigabit Ethernet network. The new system is all set up. Maybe I install a couple other plugins or other programs available for Openmediavault, but so far I'm pretty satisfied with the new system. So if you have any question about Openmediavault or Linux in general, just place them into the comments and I try to answer them. If you like this video, just place a like on it, and I surely would appreciate if you subscribe my channel, but in this case, just don't forget to hit the notify button so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And that's all for today, so I have to say, till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.